you know the beauty of it, bro. You know, like as much as we obviously we're a bit older than the rest, yeah. But the beauty
Why
of
you
it.
keep referring to our age? Why just leave that, man? Well, you're
All right,
as
guys.
young as you feel, you know.
All right, guys. All right, then. Before everyone faints, yeah. Actually, I'm 28. I can get away with saying that anyway. We look fresh, man. We look fresh. We look fresh. But you know, I'm just trying to show people that we kind of seen a lot of more music. And we're not saying we're from Motown days. We definitely we heard
that was
it.
before my time. That was before my time.
That was before my time. Yeah, we saw our parents' vinyls and got so that is not our era, but we heard it. But ultimately, it's like it's so great to listen to music. I was listening to some music the other day, bro, and I'm vibing to it, and I'm thinking, hold on a second. At the age of was my parents vibing to tunes like this, like, you know, like youth culture tunes, like, you know, I was listening to Parham G the other day, complaining about he was talking about his dad being deported as a Mexican.
Yes, that's his new, that's his latest project. Raw, I think it is.
Yeah, and it's just like a track 4 a.m. and
4 a.m. Yes.
Yeah, and I heard it. The joke is, brother, I listened to the track yesterday, and I thought, ooh, and then I'm getting hit ups on my Twitter about that's been causing a storm now. But what I love and something that somebody said right now, and I know you're a hopeful guy, and you've always preached on this station, yeah, about your belief in a new wave. I spoke to a couple of DJs about, you know, how they're feeling about where the industry is going right now. And I know you are definitely. I wanted to get to talk to you on that show because I know you come from probably different perspectives because you're not knowing where we're coming from totally, like you weren't there. But like there is definitely 100% a new wave of artistry all around the world that's pushing through with a freedom to say as it is, bro, and be who they are. Like, people don't like it, but they're almost like, if they're gonna cuss word, they cuss word in the trap, bro. If they're gonna say, yo, that I turned because that girl over there, they're not hiding that stuff. They're saying in their music, and you're like, yo. So people like this, yo, Roger, what you on about? I said, bro, like, if you listen to some of the music right now, it's like they are so real. Like, it's absolutely crazy, and it's really good as well.
Yeah, and that's the word there. There's a realness to what's coming out. Where, you know, like back in the days in the hip hop era, you know, there's a move to express because there was a cultural need or a cultural shift or something that needed to be addressed. Yeah. There's a slight difference with the movement now, in that there's a different sense of identity. Yeah. Right. It's not necessarily trying to address that issue. It's just that actually it's what I'm living. There's a realness to it. There's a relevance to it, which is same in the hip hop era, but there's a whole different sense of identity. So when you see these different hybrids coming out and stuff, it's just like, well, actually we're not trying to be or trying to do. It's just who we are, and that's the sense that's coming out, which is what makes it more interesting because there's a confidence in speaking out about whatever that, you know, it's a new, it's fresh, it's new, and it's now. So it's exciting times.
100, and I think that, you know, like I got an artist called old Shungi. I'm gonna play Shingy. I'm gonna play Shingu. I'm gonna play later. It's called Brighter Days. He's got one of the top tracks that we put out there about a month ago, and you go to Instagram. He's just a normal guy. You think, oh, the man's dropping tune like this, you know what I mean? And he's just a normal guy, and it can relate to a generation that can sit in front of Fortnite and play for 12 hours in a row. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it. And now, and like I said, streaming has been a negative thing in one sense, in terms of it's not focused people in terms of supporting artists, but at the same time, as he says, we're now open to, you're allowed to do what you want now, right? No one's stopping you. Now, a record label won't say you have to go through my studios and we're gonna tweak your track before we put it out there. Yeah. So like when Lisa McClendon came through, for people going, yeah man, I love Lisa McClendon. She hated being signed by a label. I heard her first album. I've got her first album, and it was like, yo, this girl is gonna be Mary J. Blige of gospel, urban gospel. But the label jumped on her and then changed her sound totally, and she hated it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously she left it, and then she goes back to her soul sound and whatsoever. But now we don't need to be restricted because of technology, because of streaming. We can just put out what we want. And like man like Tobe Nwigwe right now is like, yo, it's heat right now, bro. He's got he's got no manners, man. He's just putting out music videos like it's for free, like the creative directions like easy, and he's like putting out some hardcore tracks, great imagery, man. So
and there's a few. Sorry, I'm always taking it back to the UK.
No, don't worry.
There's quite a few.
Would you say like Still Shadey hits that for you?
They're just naturals. They're just natural talents. And lyrically, I think that's what does it for me in terms of what people are talking about, what they're trying to get across and stuff. You know, you have Stevie Valentine of your side. You have the Still Shadey's down this side, and then even on the poetry scene, there's a new emergence. Have to shout them out as well. The final productions guys who are doing the monthly spoken word event Transcendence. That's Jermaine Wong, who again is just kind of helping to shape and define where things are going. Then at the same time, you have guys from Wales, which is a Spoken Truth, which is Di Woolrich down there, who is again redefining and networking and linking things up. So there's just some fantastic work going on, and that's what makes PIA such a big deal, because it's not the be all and end all of what we're trying to do in the UK. It's simply one of the things in a scheme of or a range of different things that are happening that just helps to put the focus on this emerging art form, which before, as you said, when people came out to the event, I remember even from the first one, people were shocked. They were like, what on earth is going on here? Spoken word, over 1,200 people. What's going on? They didn't know. They just didn't know that there was so much support. But the people who knew. So it wasn't a shock to some, but it was a shock to many at the same time. And I think we're seeing this whole coming together with just loads of different creatives, understanding actually I can do this. You know, this is such inspiring stuff. I want to try. I want to do my little bit and stuff. And that's why we get so much support. This is the biggest event we do at the moment in terms of numbers, especially for the niche that we're operating within in terms of spoken word and poetry.